I'm all like this, anywhere where they watch this video from, happy new month to every one of you where they watch this video. This month of August will favor you and your family. If you believe, type amen for the comment section. Amen. That be good. As I declare you so. Like this, so now 3 sharp updates. Now break up like this. Now yes, now what for you? Listen, maybe the king of updates normally based on 1 or 2. I beg. Number 1, that be big. As I declare you so. Northern Elders Forum, they don't boss like this now. Yes, now. They don't boss like this now. They don't change and follow me local. They say Baba don't change a bad situation to worse. No worry, relax yourself. I will give you the Fuji's ready soon. Number 1. Number 2, now be big. As I declare you so. Onto the matter where they sub for the Nigerian lifestyle, so onto the cool matter so. Where ECOWAS, where Emilio can be their leader. When they told say they want to give the ultimatum for the Nigerian lifestyle, so like this, so Burkina Faso, Mali, and Guinea, they don't boss and don't give better warning to Emilio and the rest ECOWAS members. Say if they do any go the chook mat for inside Niger matter, say war will start. Relax yourself, the Fuji's they come. That's number 2. Number 3, now be big. Number 3, as I declare you so. After that speech where Emilio can give yesterday, the live broadcast, as I declare you so, NLC and TUC, they don't bust out like this now. Yes, now. They don't bust out this one to say, although the nationwide strike and protest we won't start tomorrow, will be August 2nd, they say no going back. Because why? They say after they listen to that speech where Baba give yesterday, they don't see and say Baba not get better plan for us. Yeah. I will give them the full gist. Oh yeah, we'll start the gist proper analysis now. I think I'll beg you anyway they watch this video from. I beg, do me one small favor. Help me share this video. Make another person see him. Make everybody for free know what is sub for the Nigerian lifestyle. Onto the first gist now like this now. That Northern Elders Forum, what is it they tell Emilio say Baba don't spoil the country, say it don't change the country from bad to worse. Listen and be blessed. He said the Northern Elders Forum has stated that the first few weeks of the President Bola Tinubu-led administration will be recorded by history as leadership that made bad situations considerably worse. NEF asserted that the administration's attempts to correct mistakes have not been very successful, noting that things have been made worse by the barrage of plans and policies being hinted at, which will make life even more intolerable for the Nigerians. Dr. Hakeem Baba Ahmed, the NEF Director, Publicity and Advocacy, made this known in a statement signed on Monday, stressing that efforts being made to correct mistakes appeared too hastily decided and failed to relieve the desperate challenges of daily living of Nigerians. The statement reads in part, Northern Elders Forum has exercised an informed restraint to comment on state of affairs of the North and Nigeria for reasons elders should be associated with. First, the electoral process is technically still active, with challenges before the judiciary being considered. What responsible Nigerians owe our democratic process is to encourage a healthy respect for those who, going by our constitution, have powers to lead us as we speak. The judicial process also deserves encouragement to live up to its mission, and efforts to taint its image for a partisan or other interest must be condemned. Second, our forum recognizes the challenging circumstances under which the Tinubu administration assumed responsibility to steer the country away from further damage. What we owe our leader at this period are prayers, encouragement, and counsel, not hasty conclusion and condemnation. Finally, the forum has remained sensitive to the values of constructive use of time and circumstances, particularly in the face of unprecedented hardship under which Nigerians live today. It has become necessary, nonetheless, to speak on a number of important issues, so that the leadership and citizens will find some common ground as they contemplate the next few steps. Now that President Tinubu is putting together a cabinet, the forum hopes that Nigerians will see improvements in the manner decisions and plans of the administration are being handled. Most Nigerians do not need convincing that the country had been reduced to a very sorry state by the last administration, and sacrifices and informed policies and decisions will need to be made to make a transition to a more productive economy, more secure communities, and a more united country. We believe that the administration had erred in embarking on major decisions before it even took its first faltering steps. Attempting to correct mistakes have not been very successful, and these have been made worse by the hurry of plans and policies being hinted at, which will make life even more intolerable for the Nigerian. Where efforts have been made to correct mistakes, they are appeared too hastily decided and will, in the long term, do little to relieve the desperate challenges of daily living of Nigerians. On the whole, the first few weeks of President Tinubu will be recorded by history as the act of a leadership that made bad decisions considerably worse and fails to explain why. The forum prefers to believe this is not the intention of the administration, but it shares the agony of the citizens whose life has been taking a major turn for the worse in the last few weeks. Anyway, we'll stop that gist for the that for that one. Like this, at least onto the second gist. That be day. Burkina Faso, Mali, and Guinea. They don't sound better when you give Emiloko and the ECOWAS squad. See me they relax. When they relax, when they don't put man for Niger matter, if they don't want war. Man, I give them the Fujis. Listen and be blessed. He said the military junta in Burkina Faso and Mali have warned that any military intervention in Niger Republic to restore the post-president Mahmoud Bazoum would be considered a declaration of war against two countries. The warning from Niger's military-ruled neighbors came a day after West African leaders, supported by their Western partners, threatened to use force to reinstate the democratically elected Bazoum and slapped financial sanctions on the putschists. In a joint statement, the government of Burkina Faso and Mali warned that any military intervention against Niger would be tantamount to a declaration of war against Burkina Faso and Mali. Voila. They said the disastrous consequences of a military intervention in Niger could destabilize the entire region. Bamako and Ouagadougou, in the first ever joint communique on Monday, unequivocally said that they will consider any such move as an attack on their own countries. Any military intervention against Niger would amount to a declaration of war against Burkina Faso and Mali, said point 4 of the joint communique, which a Burkinabe military spokesman deliberately repeated 3 times during a state television broadcast. They talk 3 times. In case of such an intervention, the two countries would withdraw from the ECOWAS and adopt self-defense measures in support of the armed forces and the people of Niger, according to the statement. Now there, I will stop that gist. That's the gist for that one. So, also our last gist for today. Labour, NLC, and TUC. To say, after they don't hear that speech where Baba give yesterday, say no level. They don't say Asiba already not get plan for us. So that strike won't start tomorrow plus the protest. It go happen. Listen to the full gist now. They say in the Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, which is spearheading the organized labor, has said there is no going back on the August 2 nationwide strike, while noting that the interventions of President Tinubu rolled out in his national broadcast to Nigerians were not sincere. The NLC leadership vowed on Monday evening to proceed with its planned protest over the removal of petrol subsidy, saying that President Tinubu told Nigerians was neither here nor there, considering that after spending 2 months in office, there was no concrete measures to cushion the hardship of Nigerians. Tinubu had, in his broadcast, said his administration was monitoring the effect of the exchange rate and inflation on gasoline prices with a pledge to intervene if and when necessary. But addressing reporters after the resumed meeting of the President's Steering Committee on Palliatives held in the State House, Abuja, the president of the NLC, Joe Ajero, said the plan for workers to proceed on a peaceful protest from tomorrow had not changed. Ajero, who dismissed fears that the peaceful protest could be hijacked by hoodlums, said that had never happened in history of workers' protests. He, however, said it was the responsibility of security agencies to provide security for the protest to protect the workers. He expressed doubts about President Tinubu's ability to control inflation and gasoline prices due to the unification of the exchange rate. He said the meeting was adjourned to 12 noon on Tuesday to enable the labor leaders to listen to the president's national broadcast on Monday. Reacting to Tinubu's plan to intervene on exchange rate over inflation and high cost of gasoline prices, Ajero said, by the time you have a single market and you are not having anything that has a comparative advantage, your energy is import driven, then how are you going to control it? How are you going to control somebody that exchange dollars at about 900 naira? Are you going to tell him to sell below the price? It's true. How are you going to tell even NEPA today, with the cost of production, not to increase tariff? Even corn in the village that was sold at 18,000 naira, by February is now about 56,000 naira. How are you going to control it? The chief of staff to the president, Femi Gbajabiamila, had said the government was dealing with the oil cabals that brought the economy to its knees. Asked whether the oil cabals were more powerful than the security and government, he said, yes, they are. And that's what the government is dealing with. First of all, remove subsidy. That's the first step. The National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, had also pleaded with the organized labor to give the administration little chance to fix the economy. He said President Tinubu inherited a bad economy that he is working hard to fix. So, now the gist we did like this for the based on this theory update. Anyway, just thank God for everything.